Paging Aitken Robertson to courtroom number 2. The jury is back with a verdict. Members of the jury, how do you find the accused? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty on all accounts, Your Honor.
Welcome back to Legally Speaking. I'm Melanie van Aarde, and today we are talking about first-time DUI offenders, what to expect and why having a lawyer is essential. Joining me today, as always, is criminal lawyer Virginia Delinska. Thank you for being here, Virginia.
Thanks, Melanie. It's an important topic because many people assume a first-time DUI isn't serious, but that's not always the case.
A lot of people think, I don't have a criminal record, so this will just be dropped. Is that true?
So unfortunately, that's not the case. The government of Ontario has strict policies around DUI charges, even for first-time offenders. So in fact, it's often easier to get minor charges like assault or theft dropped than a DUI. The Crown typically won't drop a DUI charge unless there's a strong legal defense.
Wow, that's surprising. So if anyone thinking about pleading guilty on their own, why would they still then need a lawyer?
Great question. So pleading guilty might seem like the quickest and easiest option, but it has serious consequences. Here's why having a lawyer in this situation is critical. For example, forfeiting your rights to trial. So pleading guilty means you're giving up your right to challenge the evidence in court. A lawyer can review the Crown's case for weaknesses or potential defenses that you might have. Another issue is Stream A eligibility. For first-time offenders, there's a program under the Highway Traffic Act that essentially allows for a shorter license suspension with an ignition interlock device, but you only qualify for Stream A if you plead guilty and are sentenced within the first 90 days of being charged. Without legal guidance, many people miss this window, leading to a longer suspension under Stream B. And finally, it's understanding the consequences. So a guilty plea can lead to license suspension, fines, mandatory programs like Back on Track, the installation of an interlock ignition device. A lawyer can help you navigate these penalties and ensure you're eligible for the best possible outcomes.
So, Virginia, you mentioned the ignition interlock device. What is that and how does it work?
So the ignition interlock is essentially a breathalyzer installed in your car. So you blow into it to start your vehicle, and it may ask for tests while you're driving. So if alcohol is detected, the car won't start or it will stop working. So for the first-time offenders, Stream A, after a 3-month license suspension, you will need the device for 9 months. And for Stream B, after a 6-month suspension, you will need it for 12 months. So to qualify, you will need to complete the Back on Track program, have a car, and ensure it's insured.
Yeah, so let's talk about the aggravating factors. Could a first-time offender ever face jail time?
Yes, jail is possible in certain circumstances, even for first-time DUI offenders. So, for example, in situations where there's high blood alcohol concentration, so if your blood alcohol concentration is significant or significantly over the legal limit, there's dangerous driving. So, for example, driving on a busy 401 series highway, especially at a high speed, having children in your vehicle, having a child in the car, even if the child is unharmed. And finally, accidents. So if you're involved in a collision, even if there's no injuries, penalties can increase dramatically.
Then what about non-citizens? How does a DUI charge affect someone's immigration status?
That's a great point. For non-citizens, a DUI conviction can have serious immigration consequences, including inadmissibility. So a criminal record can make you inadmissible to Canada. It could affect your work permit, permanent residency applications, or citizenship eligibility. There is deportation risks. If you're here on a visa, DUI could lead to deportation proceedings. Anyone who isn't a Canadian citizen should consult both with a criminal lawyer and an immigration lawyer to understand how charges might impact their status.
What happens if someone tries to navigate all of this on their own without a lawyer?
They're likely to miss opportunities for a better outcome. For instance, they might not spot legal errors, such as police failing to follow proper procedures during the stop or the testing. They could miss the 90-day window for Stream A, leading to longer penalties. And without legal expertise, they might plead guilty without realizing there's a viable defense in their case.
I mean, can you share a few examples of possible defenses, specifically relating to first-time DUI cases?
So absolutely. Let's say the police conducted the roadside breath test, but delayed the formal test at the station. If there is unreasonable delay, that could be a violation of your charter rights, and the evidence might be excluded. Another defense could involve challenging the calibration or maintenance of the breathalyzer machine.
And what's your advice to someone who is facing their first DUI charge?
Talk to your lawyer right away, even if the evidence feels overwhelming. There may be procedural errors, there may be legal defenses or alternative programs that can reduce the penalties or even result in a dismissal. A lawyer will guide you through the process and ensure you're taking the right steps.
Well, thank you so much, Virginia. This has been incredibly informative.
Thank you, Melanie. And to everyone watching, remember, even a first-time DUI offense or charge is serious. Don't try to handle it alone. Get the help you need.
Well, that's all for today's episode of Legally Speaking. If you found this helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave your questions in the comments. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and take care. Thank you for tuning in to Legally Speaking, proudly brought to you by Aitken Robertson Criminal Defence. We represent clients facing criminal charges all over Ontario, providing you with legal support and dedicated advocacy. If you enjoyed this episode and want to see more content, please like and subscribe to our channel. For more information, visit our website. We also offer free books on various types of criminal charges, which you can request on our website or by using the QR codes on your screen now. For legal assistance, call us today or visit our website to request a meeting with one of our experienced lawyers or licensed paralegals. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Legally Speaking.